everybody and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having a lovely week so far. And for those of you that are new, hello, my name is Alice. I am a self-taught makeup artist and I'm just here talking and playing with makeup because that is the love of my life. So today we're going to be recreating this look. So this is very Kim Kardashian Met Gala type glam. I've also seen a lot of people do a 1920s spin on this type of look, so I've basically taken elements of lots of different looks that I've seen loads of different people do, put them together and tried to create something which I felt was kind of suited to me. So if you want to see how to get the look which I am wearing right now, then just keep on watching. So I've already filled in my brows using my Charlotte Tilbury Legendary Brows, and now I'm just going to take a bit of concealer and carve them out, ready for eyeshadow. I'm actually quite nervous about doing this look, you know, because I've seen so many people do it really well and I'm not, like, I like halo eyes, but they're not a style which I wear a lot myself, so it's not something I've had a lot of practice at. So to start off, I'm going to take the Jaclyn Hill, this is the Dark Magic palette from the Vault, and I'm going to be taking this shade here, which is just called Shh. So we're going to be taking that because that looks like quite a sort of taupey cool transition colour, and I'm going to buff this quite lightly into my crease because obviously we want it all to be cohesive, but we are still going to get hopefully that halo shape. So I'm just taking this quite lightly through my crease just so that we've got, and you know what, I've never actually used this shade before. Because I'm not a cool toned eyeshadow type of person, I never use this these type of colours, so it's actually quite nice to do something different. Blending it in really softly so I'm not going too harsh, because obviously we are going to be using black today, and black is one of those colours which you want to build up gradually. You don't want to just go in with it because it's very hard to fix it once it's on the skin. So I tend to like using slightly lighter colours to build the black into because they're just a bit more forgiving. Next step. I think for the next step I'm going to take the shade Mojo, which is this one, and it looks like a darker grey. So I'm going to use like a little packing brush to put this on where I want it, and then I'm going to blend it out using the lighter colour that we used. So I'm literally gonna create the halo. So we want darkness there and we'd want darkness here. And we want this inner part to be light. And then taking that shush colour, I'm gonna blend this out slightly. Now, if you do mess up your halo and you don't keep this middle section bare, I wouldn't worry too much because we can go back in with some concealer, because no doubt I'll probably mess this up a little bit anyway, so I wouldn't worry too much. And then I'm going to take that Mojo shade and just connect it a little bit at the top, not on the lid, but just above the crease. Just here. And we're starting to create that smoky eye effect now. That shadow out slightly. I'm building it up on the outer corner because although this is a halo eye, and typically people when they do halo eyes, they'll keep the eye quite round. I am not the type of girl that likes a round eye, so I am gonna start to wing it out gently. Right, now I'm gonna start layering the black. So I'm taking the black from the same palette, it's called Temptress. I love that name. That is so nice. And I'm gonna, I've never used this black before, that is intense. So I'm gonna layer that in the exact place that we did with Mojo before. So on the outer part and on the inner corner. And then not putting anything else on my blending brush, I'm just gonna start blending this into place. So just take your time with this, because once you get to the black, this is where it can often go wrong for a few people, so like including myself. I've learnt the hard way, but just using a bit of product at a time, just buff it into the place where you want it. So I am taking it slightly into the crease. So I'm just going to take a little bit of my Collection Lasting Perfection Concealer And I'm gonna dot it just down the center. And then this is gonna act as a base for our lighter colors. So I'm just gonna blend this in, just using a normal blending brush, which is clean. And it's just gonna help us our lighter colors pop because we've got a nice clean base for them. I'm then going to take the shade Power Cut, which is a beautiful sort of shimmery silver. It's absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to take it on a brush first, and I'm literally just going to press it over the top and see what happens. Ooh, that is gorgeous. So I'm basically taking it into that area that we've kept clean. So it's basically in a straight line down the centre of your eye, just like that. Now I am going to take this slightly into the crease and up high so that when we're looking straight ahead you can still see a little bit of that lighter shade popping through. Because I just like the way it looks. Like, you know when Kim Kardashian was at the Met Ball? Oh, it's gorgeous. So I'm just building up this shade now until I'm happy with how it's looking. And then I am going to take my blending brush with a tiny little bit of black and just really like home in the sides of that silver and blend them all together. To really highlight that center part, I'm then just going to take this Makeup Revolution Pure Platinum. It's like a gel like cream eyeshadow. It's really shiny, really pretty. So I'm going to mix it with a little bit of Duraline, and then I'm going to add it directly on top but make it a little bit thinner to give us that illusion of a very intense shiny line just here. Dabbing it right in the centre and then taking it all the way up into the crease. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop on a little bit of mascara, I'm going to put my eyelashes on, and then I'm going to be right back to finish the rest of the look. So the eyelashes are on, so we're going to do the lower lash line now. So typically I would do the rest of my makeup and then go and do my lower lash line at the end. But because we're dealing with a lot of black, I'm actually going to do my lower lash line now and then do all the rest of my makeup. So taking the Inglot Gel Liner in number 77, I'm going to line my lower lash line. I'm then going to take the shade Mojo again, which is that dark matte grey, and I'm going to run this underneath. Basically this is doing the exact same thing as it did on the upper part of the eye, so it's going to act as a bit of a transition between the black and the actual skin colour. So I'm going to try and take it quite low, I think, because I want it to be quite smoky. Just want to make sure you've connected it up to your top eyeshadow there as well. So I like my eyeshadow quite smoky, so I do take it down quite far. And also if you take it down quite far, you can always clean it up again with your concealer in a minute. So yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about being perfect at this stage. And actually this is a really good way of doing a smoky eye for any of you that do struggle with the lower lash line and getting it looking smoky. If you do it before your foundation and before your concealer, you can then put it on and then take away and sort of clean up the eyeshadow as much as you want to with your concealer and foundation and things. So it makes it a lot more manageable. So I'm just building up that Mojo shade, and now I'm going to go in with Temptress, which is the black, and I'm only going to put this really close to my lash line, so I'm not going to bring this too far down. So I'm literally going to just run it right by my lashes, because it's actually that lighter grey, dark grey shade that we've put on Mojo that's going to create the smoky gradient look that we want. So I'd say that was our lower lash line done for now. So what I'm going to do is I'm taking a baby wipe and I'm cleaning up the under eye area and then creating a bit of the shape that I want. For foundation today, I'm going to be using my favourite, which is the L'Oreal True Match. This is in the shade 6.5, so I'm going to take a bit of that, and then I'm also going to take a little bit of the shade 2 and mix them together, just because I am a little bit tanned, but I'm not crazy tanned. So I'm going to go in with my fingers And I'm then just gonna blend that in properly and into my hairline and down my neck with my Real Techniques blending sponge. So with the concealer, I'm going to take the Collection Lasting Perfection concealer again, and I'm going to mix it a little bit with that Maybelline one. So what you first want to do is I will literally go underneath my eyeshadow like this, and then I'm taking a fluffy brush and I'm just going to blend the concealer around where I've put that eyeshadow. So you don't want to go straight in with a sponge. You know, you usually see me going straight in with a sponge, but because you've got eyeshadow there already, you want to make sure that this edge around the eyeshadow at the bottom is nice and diffused. So I'll do that, and then I'll take the sponge and blend in the rest. So I'm just going to go over the top of that with the Fit Me concealer, because this is just a much nicer colour for me at the moment. I find that that collection one is really, really light, so I'm gonna do the same thing again. And then once I'm happy with my concealer, I'm just gonna set it in place with the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Finish Powder. And you can just see that by using a shader brush, like a buffing brush, rather than a sponge to do your concealer, it allows you to get that much blended, much softer look to the lower lash line. So it just looks more smoky basically. So I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. So I'm taking my concealer, like that, and just using a blending brush, just buffing the concealer around the shadow. I don't know, I just think that's a really nice technique for anybody that's really struggling with doing a smoky eye. I just think that is the easiest way to achieve that really soft smokiness. To bronze, I'm going to keep the rest of the face quite simple, so I'm going to use my bronzer as a little bit of a blusher as well. So this is the Give Me Sun bronzer by MAC, and I'm going to keep it quite light, and I'm just going to use it as like a bronze contour blush all in one, because I don't want to start adding loads of other different colours because you've got so much going on in your eyes. You want to kind of keep the rest of the face quite simple, so I'm just going to use this as a multiple product kind of vibe. And then to highlight, we're going to take a little bit of Oh Darling by MAC. Again, I'm not going to take loads, I'm just going to do a little bit, because we've got quite an intense shininess going on the lid. And then I'm going to line my lips using the NYX Nude Truffle. And then I'm taking the Doll Beauty lipstick in Dolled Out, because it's like super duper nude. And then a bit of my favourite lip gloss at the minute, the Revolution Sheer Brilliant Lip Gloss in Sheer Piece of Cake. Right, I need to work out how I'm gonna do my hair. What do you guys think? I am thinking like this would be so cute in a slicked pony. What do you think? Do you know what? I think I may just go and properly slick my pony back, and that would be such a friggin' vibe, like a night out vibe. So I'm gonna go do that, and then I'm gonna be right back to show you the look completed. Right, I've tried my best to look cool and slick my hair back, because I feel like that's a very cool girl thing to do, and I am obviously not cool in the slightest. So, oh my god, I think I'm obsessed. I actually love my hair slicked back like this. I mean, I might change my mind when I'm watching this video back and I'm editing it, but right now in the viewfinder I think, do you know what, that looks like really chic. I always thought I was one of those girls that couldn't wear their hair like this. I thought it just didn't suit me, but you know, like when you see the Kardashians with it all slicked back and I'm like, oh. But anyway, this is the finished makeup look. I love it. Do you know what? I've been wanting to do this for a really long time. I've seen a lot of people do like a 1920s vibe type makeup look that's like this, and I've wanted to do it, but I thought, you know what, I just don't think it's going to suit me, and I don't know if I'll be able to like pull it off because of my face shape and things, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to give it a go. But anyway, this is the finished makeup look. So I was really unsure as to whether to do this look, you know, because I have seen so many other girls do like a 1920s spin on this type of makeup look, and it looks amazing, and I thought, you know what, I really love it. Like visually to look at, it looks beautiful, but I just don't know whether it will suit me or whether I'll be able to pull it off, like whether I'd actually be able to recreate it good enough. but I don't know, I love it when you tip your head back and it just looks so shiny. I really like that. But I did see another girl who had a very similar eye shape to me, but she did a more gold version of this look and she looked beautiful. So I thought, you know what? Screw it, I'm just gonna have a go. And the whole slicked back hair for me is completely different as well, but I don't know, it just felt like at the end of the video I was like, I don't want to curl my hair, I want to do something really like sleek and straight, and I'm really happy with it. This could even be, I know like I've said with a couple of my makeup looks, like out of lockdown makeup look, like first night out, but I honestly think this could be like a first night out look. It's sleek, it's different, it's like so like fresh, like particularly for me because this is the complete opposite of what my style usually is. Like usually I'm quite whimsical and very airy fairy and girly and bohemian, but this is like So as always guys, thank you so much for watching and for clicking on this video. Any video suggestions at all, leave them in the comments down below and I'll try and get them done for you. And yeah, if you think this look suits me and that I should be slaying this when I come out of lockdown, leave me a comment as well. And if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye!